Good morning children. Welcome to the online class of Gurukul Vidyalaya. Today we are going to start the second chapter of geography, that is globe, latitude and longitude. In the first chapter we have discussed about earth and solar system, about the rotation as well as the revolution, how the earth is moving around the solar system and how the rotation happens and the revolution happens. In this way also we discussed about the shape of the earth is not spherical. It is bulged in the equator and flattened in the north pole and the south pole. See, in this chapter we are going to discuss about globe, features of globe, important parallels of latitude, heat zones of the earth, longitudes and time, and standard time. So let's start. As I told you, the shape of the earth is not spherical. It is like flattened. Flattened means expressed in the poles. This poles means what? The topmost of the point of the earth is called north pole and the bottom of the earth is called south pole. So the poles it is flattened and in the equator it is bulged. Bulge means what is the meaning of bulge? Bulge means it has spelling it. Means if you see the equator part it is looking like it is coming up and the pole side it is not it is like what pressed out. So that is the meaning of. So the shape of the earth is called geoid. Geoid means earth-like shape. Geoid means earth-like shape. Now, let's come to about globe. What is meant by globe? See, to know about earth, we cannot go to the space to see our earth. For that purpose, to get more information, to know about the earth, scientists made a globe. This is what? A globe. So, globe is a model of the earth. It is the exact model of the earth as well as you can say replica of the earth and miniature form of the earth. What is replica? Replica means how our earth looks like, the same copy. Miniature, mini means the small, miniature form of the earth means the small form of the earth. If you see the globe, you can know that how our earth looks like and what are the things are there in the earth. By seeing a globe, easily anybody can see. So let's discuss about it. So in a globe, this globe we can see, what are the things we can see? We can see all the countries, continents and the oceans in their particular size. How much size all the continents are there and ocean as well as the countries, the actual size of the continents and countries we can see through the globe. It may be a big globe, it may be a small globe. It is having a different sizes. Globes have different sizes. It's looking like it's a globe and it's a bigger globe. Then it also we can find the big globes. The smaller globes like we can have the keychain, we can have the balloons. So that kind of smaller globes we can keep in our pocket and we can move and we can say easily that yeah, I have kept the whole earth in my pocket. So this is the some of the examples of this. Now, you might have seen how to locate a place in a globe. You can see many countries are there, oceans are there, seas are there. How can we locate? For locating a place in the earth, what we have to see? We have to see the poles. What are poles? I have told you. The topmost part of the earth and the bottommost point of the earth is called the poles. The topmost point of the earth is called North Pole and bottom is called South Pole. And if you fix a needle, see you have seen, might have seen a needle is fixed through this North Pole to South Pole. A needle is fixed and it has joined the North Pole to South Pole. This is called an imaginary line. This imaginary line which is drawn from North Pole to South Pole is called an axis. Remember children, it is an imaginary line. If you see our real earth, there is no imaginary line such like what you are seeing in our earth. Sorry, what you are seeing in our globe. Why we cannot see? Because this is we have made for our convenient purpose. To understand about the earth, our real earth, there is no such imaginary lines are drawn. So, axis means what? An imaginary line which are joined to the north pole to south pole. This is called axis. Okay? Now, through this axis, the earth moves from west to east. It is anti-clockwise moves from west to east. Okay? So, earth moves from which part to which part? West to east. Like a potter's wheel. How a potter's wheel moves always, like that our earth also moves from west to east. Clear? Now, here we have discussed about this our globe. Now, one important thing we will discuss now comes about this equator. What is meant by equator? And another imaginary line which is drawn on the earth to divide the earth into two equal parts. That is called an equator. See, and this is the earth I have drawn here, and an imaginary line which is drawn on the earth, in the mid of the earth, which divides the earth into two equal halves. So that is called equator, and it is measured in degrees and kept in a 0 degree. So this equator is dividing the earth into two parts. The upper part of the equator is called northern hemisphere and southern part is called southern hemisphere. Hemisphere. Sphere means what? Round. Hemi means half. So half circle. So this is half. This is half. This is northern hemisphere. This is southern hemisphere. Yeah. Who divides the earth into two equal half? Equator. Equator is measured in how many degree? 0 degree. You can see from here, an equator is the longest latitude which is drawn on the earth, which is one of the important latitude. Clear children? Now, equator to north, there are so many lines are drawn. These all lines are imaginary lines. The equator to south, there are so many imaginary lines were drawn. They are called imaginary lines and they are all parallel to equator. Parallel means they are having the equal distance between each other. Parallel to equator. So these imaginary lines are called parallels of latitude. Now what is in a parallels of latitude? Parallels of latitudes means the imaginary line which are drawn on the earth from west to east, that are called parallels of latitude. Now from equator to north pole there are 90 parallels of latitudes, and from equator to south pole there are 90 parallels of latitude. How? See children, we will see how it has come 90 latitudes. If you divide the circle, you know the circle is having how many degrees? 360 degrees. You know, 360 degrees. If you divide the earth into 1/4, so each part of the earth comes under 90 degrees. So as our earth is like a sphere, so what happens? If you divide into 4 parts, each part comes under 90 degree. So from here 90 degree, from here 90 degrees, from here 90 degrees, from here 90 degrees. So did you clear? As that we are having from here to here 90 degree latitudes. Again from equator to south pole 90 degree latitudes. Now how can we know? See, it will be difficult. See, if you see Chandrapur in Maharashtra. It is located in 20° north, 20° latitude. Chandrapur in Maharashtra, it is located in Chandrapur. It is there in Maharashtra. It is there in 20° latitude. Whereas Belo in Brazil, Belo is a place in Brazil. It is also located in 20°. But how to know, how to locate the particular place, which part? For that purpose, we are using which latitude? It is north latitude, it is south latitude. It means from equator to the latitudes which are drawn here, that comes under north latitudes. And from equator to south means from the down bottom, that comes under south latitude. It means this is 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree means all this comes, all the latitudes comes under 1 degree south latitude, 2 degree south latitude, 3 degree south latitude. Suppose 23.5 degree south latitude. So whatever it comes to this equator to south, that comes under southern latitude, and this side northern latitudes. So similarly, Chandrapur is located 20° north latitude, means 20° north latitude means here. So if you see here 20°, you will find here 20° means here it is located on Chandrapur in Maharashtra. Whereas Brazil is located in a south 20° latitude. It means here Brazil is located here, not here. Here. So it is located in Brazil. The Belo is located in 20° south latitude. So this way we are coming to know the particular place with the help of latitude. Clear? Now there are some important latitudes are also drawn. As I told you, the total latitude is total number of latitude is including equator. The total number of latitude is drawn on the earth is 181. The longest latitude is equator, and equator to down there are 90 latitudes, equator to top there are 90 latitudes. The total number of latitudes are drawn on the earth are 181 latitudes. Now, this 181 latitudes, among them there are some important latitudes except the equator and north pole and south pole. Including these, there are other 4 important latitudes are drawn on the earth, which helps to divide the earth into heat zones. I'll tell you about what is in the heat zones. So let us see. 23.5 degrees south, it is one of the important latitude. 23.5 degrees south, I told you children, this side all the latitudes come southern latitude. So 23.5 degrees south is called Tropic of Capricorn. Tropic of Capricorn. Similarly, 23.5 degree north latitude is called Tropic of Cancer. Clear? Now, the other latitude, important latitude. 66.5 degrees south, it is also considered as an important latitude. It is named as Antarctic Circle. 66.5 degree north, it is also an important latitude which is there in the north part of the equator. It is called Arctic Circle. So these 4 are the important latitudes which helps to divide the earth into 3 heat zones. Now, what is the heat zones? As we know, the earth moves around the sun, and as the shape of the earth, you have seen our shape of the earth, geoid, and when the sun falls on the earth, and as well as the earth's rotation, the sun falls on the earth, do you think all the part of the earth getting the equal amount of sunlight? No. Why? Because of the spherical shape of the earth, because of the shape of the earth. Due to the shape of the earth, we are not getting equal amount of sunlight in all parts of the earth. You can see, as I have told you, the equator is a bulge. So what happens? It comes out. So when the sunlight comes to, which part it will receive more? It will receive to the sea. If you take a torch light and you focus focus on a flat surface, what happens? It will be focus on the particular place and you will get more light. When you take the torchlight and focus on a slanted surface, this place is called slanted. You might have seen in the spherical. So where you focus this particular area, what will happen? Can you get more sunlight here? No, it will be spread out. How the particular place will get this equator will, how much it will receive, the same way the other parts of the earth will not get the amount of sunlight because of the shape of the earth. So when the sunlight falls on the earth, mostly the equator receives. So, and you know, yearly twice sun rays overhead, directly overhead on Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, twice in a year. That is why what happens, most means always the sunlight falls on the equator directly. So this is called torrid zone. This part means the Tropic of Cancer to Tropic of Capricorn, the area which comes under Tropic of Cancer to Tropic of Capricorn, that comes under, that is called as a torrid zone. Torrid zone, it gets maximum amount of heat as it receives the sun rays directly overhead the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn yearly twice. Next, as I told you, but what happens from 23.5 degree north to 66.5 degree north and 23.5 degree south to 66.5 degree south, these two regions get not as like the torrid zone. They are not getting equal amount of sunlight like the torrid zone. They get slant. That's what they get mild, means moderate sun rays. These areas having a moderate climate, whereas torrid zone is having a very hot, means high temperature. Here you will face high temperature, but in temperate zone you will be getting the moderate climate, means neither very hot nor very cool. The last is frigid zone. When it comes to the poles, you might have seen, you see the student, poles. When sunlight falls here, what happens here? It spread out. The sunlight spread out over a larger area. As a result, they get very less sun rays. That's the result. This polar region, always they will be having a cool climate. The polar region or the frigid zone comes under Antarctic Circle to South Pole in the southern hemisphere, and Arctic Circle to North Pole in the northern hemisphere is called northern frigid zone and southern frigid zone. This zone is every time they are having cool climate. Clear? This is about heat zone. Who is responsible to make the heat zones? The important latitudes of the earth. Now come to about longitudes. What is in my longitudes? We discussed about latitudes and all. Now longitudes. Children, longitudes means what? I told you about the latitudes. Now see, in 20 degree south, 20 degree south, yes, 20 degree south, if any place like our, you can say Pacific Ocean, one island, that is what is that island name? Tonga Island in Pacific Ocean, and Mauritius Islands in Indian Ocean. Tonga Island and Mauritius in Pacific. Tonga is there in the Pacific Ocean and Mauritius is there in Indian Ocean. These two islands are located in 20 degrees south latitude. So both the islands are located in this 20 degrees south latitude. Then how can we precise, how can we locate the particular place where it is there? For that purpose, we should see that this 20 degree of south latitude, eastwards are there or west? Means Tonga or Mauritius, which part? Whether they are there in the eastern or western hemisphere, that we should see. So for that purpose, what we have to see? The longitudes. Longitudes means what? Longitudes are nothing but the imaginary line which are drawn on the earth from North Pole to South Pole. The imaginary line which are drawn. All these are, once again say children, these all the lines whatever I am drawing on the earth, they are all are the imaginary line. If you see the earth, there is no such lines are there. We are drawing these lines to locate the particular place as well as the time, to know the time. So, this imaginary line which joins the earth, this all the imaginary line which joins the earth, which drawn on the earth, which are drawn on the earth from North Pole to South Pole are called longitudes. So, you have seen this all these imaginary lines are joining or starting from North Pole to South Pole. This all the imaginary line, what they do, they have like latitudes are having the parallels, longitudes are having equal length. All the longitudes they have equal length. Okay, and all the longitudes they meet at the poles. All the longitudes. So when they come to the north and south, all the longitudes they are joining together. Whereas latitudes are not joining anywhere. They are separately but they are parallel to each other. Did you clear children? These all are called longitudes. Longitudes are drawn from North Pole to South Pole. Now, to know this, we should know the particular point, the starting point. How can we know? For that purpose, scientists have taken an imaginary line which has drawn on the earth and which has passed through an observatory line, Greenwich in London. An imaginary line which is passed through Greenwich in London. Greenwich in London, that is called prime meridian, and it is also measured in a 0 degree, means starting of the longitude. Clear children? So here what happens? 0 degree longitude is called prime meridian. 0 degree longitude is called prime meridian. The total number of meridians, the total number of longitudes are drawn on the earth are 360. Here, each line has or showing or representing 1 degree. Each line represents 1 degree of longitude. So, one longitude represents 1 degree. So, there are 180 longitudes are there. There are 360 longitudes are drawn on the earth. This prime meridian also divides the earth into 2 equal halves, that is called eastern hemisphere and western hemisphere. This is called prime meridian to right side, that is called eastern hemisphere, and this is called western hemisphere. From here to 180 degree longitudes are there in the eastern hemisphere. From here to 180 degree longitudes are there in the western hemisphere. The total number of longitudes are 360 longitudes. Did you clear children? Now, how longitudes help us to time? Children, how can we know the time through the longitude? You know, anybody to come to your house, what they do? They should know your address, they should know your what is called door number, they should know your what is called the particular place. Then anyone can come to your house, your relatives, your friends. But an unknown person, like suppose you are booking any online things or any object you are booking, any online things you are booking through the online, anything. How it comes to your house? Through GPS. How they are making this GPS, how they are getting your proper address to knowing the latitudes and longitudes. These latitudes and longitudes helps to know the people to get or to locate your or to get your location. To get your location. Let us see. moves in 24 hours in 360 degree. Means in 24 hours our earth moves around the earth. Sorry, our earth moves on its axis, and it moves in 24 hours around 360 degree. It means 1 hour is equal to 15 degree. How? Our earth is moving what? Whole 360 degrees within 24 hours. How many longitudes are there? 360 longitudes. So to complete this 360 longitudes, our earth takes 24 hours. Now see, if 360 longitudes takes 24 hours, one longitude it will take how many? How many? 15. See, 1 hour. Sorry, one longitude it takes 4 minutes. 15, if you say 15 degree comes 1 hour. 15 degree means for 15 degree longitude the earth takes 1 hour. For 1 degree it takes 4 minutes. Remember, 4 minutes. So from here to here 1 degree takes 4 minutes difference. Again 4 minutes difference. Again 4 minutes difference. Why the differences are coming up? Listen to it. It's earlier how people are coming to know the timings. Nowadays we have the different clock, this, that and all things. We are having mobile, we are having a clock, a watch and all. Through that we are coming to know the timings. But earlier people, how they are coming to know about the time? Can you guess? By seeing the shadow. By seeing the shadow. As you know, morning time and evening time the shadow comes longer, whereas the noon means afternoon time the shadow comes less straight it comes. So based on this shadow, earlier people, they used to come to know the times. Now also, due to the earth moves from west to east, what happens? Our sun, when the sun faces to the earth, which part of the earth is getting a first sunrise? East part of the earth. Did you clear, children? East part of the earth gets the first sun rays. So the sunrise happened first where, which country? You know, Japan. Now here, what is the difference? Here I am saying about 360 degree latitudes are having 1 degree each. So earth is moving to complete this 360 degree takes 24 hours. For 1 degree takes 4 minutes. 1 degree takes 4 minutes. For completing to 15 degree takes 1 hour. Complete 15 degree takes 1 hour. Clear? The earth is divided into 24 time zones. If 15 degree, you see 15 degree is having the 1 hour, the whole earth is divided into 24 time zones. Clear? Now, here one more interesting thing. Now you have cleared 15 degree comes under 1 hour. For 4 minutes, 1 degree is equal to 4 minutes. As I told you, eastern part, this part is east, this part is west. This is north and south. How to know the east and west in the map? Your right side is east and your left side is west. And top is north and bottom is south. So here the eastern part, the sun rises in east part of the earth. What happens? The timings are also ahead in the eastern hemisphere than the western hemisphere. So whatever the timings comes in the eastern hemisphere more than western hemisphere. How? We will see. In eastern hemisphere what happened? See, this is 0 degree. I told you 0 degree meridian. Here 0 degree meridian is called prime meridian. It passed through Greenwich in London. It is the observatory line. From here the time starts. So if here it is 0 degree, what happens? From eastern hemisphere 1 degree is equal to 4 minutes, 2 degree is equal to it comes ahead. From each 1 degree, what happen? 4 minutes increasing. 4 minutes increasing. So 2 degree, what happens? 8 minutes. 3 degree, what? 12 minutes increasing. So here what? Here the time is suppose 12 o'clock. Mid 12 o'clock. Now here what will be the time will be? Here the time will be, see, 1 degree of eastern hemisphere, you will be getting at 12:04. 2 degree of eastern hemisphere, you will be getting 12:08. 3 degree, you will be getting a 12:12. 4 degree, you will be getting 12:16. Like that it extends. If you go from 0 degree to 0 degree prime meridian to 15 degree of eastern hemisphere, you will be getting a 1 hour difference. Suppose here the time is 12 o'clock. In 1 hour means in 15 degree longitude, 15 degree eastern hemisphere, you will be getting a 1 o'clock. Again 30 degree, you will be getting a 2 o'clock. 45 degree, you will be getting a 3 o'clock. Like that it extends in the eastern hemisphere. But at the same time, the western hemisphere, the time decreases. In each 1 degree longitude, the time decreases exact like 4 minutes. Like here in Greenwich in London, it is the time is 12 o'clock means 1 degree of eastern hemisphere, what will be the time? 11:56 means 4 minutes minus. Again 2 degree of longitude in western hemisphere, what will be the time? Again 4 minutes will be decreased, that is comes under 11:52. Like that it decreases. So if you go to 15 degree of western hemisphere, the time comes here 12 o'clock means here the time will be 11 o'clock. In 30 degree western hemisphere, you will be getting a what is called 10 o'clock. Here again 9 o'clock. Like that it decreases. So from prime meridian to eastern hemisphere, the time always increases, and from prime meridian to western hemisphere, the time always decreases. Like that the time is divided as for the longitudes. So how we are coming to know this longitudes and place, the time of a particular place and a time? How can we know? How can we locate a place and time? See, anyone, if you want to search about India, we must know the particular latitude and longitude. If we know the particular latitude and longitude, we will be locating easily any place anywhere else on the earth. Our India, where is our India? Which part of India it is there? So I can say India is located in the northern hemisphere. And northern hemisphere in which east or west? It is in the east. So our India is located in northeast part of the earth. But which latitude and which longitude we should know means we will see the particular. Suppose I am giving the example. India is located around 23 to, here you can say 10 longitude. So between 23 latitude to 10 latitude, and longitude means you also see the longitude. Which is the longitude? It is the 80 to 60 to 80 longitude means 60 to 80 longitude. So India will be located in this area. Like that we are locating a particular place. To locate a place, we must know the particular place latitude as well as longitude. Then only we can easily locate any place in any part of the earth. Clear? Now the last one is standard time. So we are having, see now I have told you, as for the longitude, the time is different from one place to another place. If we will see, India also is there in India, longitudes are also there, latitudes are there. If we see from east, Arunachal Pradesh, west, what is there? Gujarat. From Arunachal Pradesh to Gujarat, the time difference, as for our longitude, the difference time is 2 hours. 2 hours the time hours time difference, what will happen? We may face lots of problem in different areas, like train starting, train timings, as well as the aeroplanes. So the all the particular timings will be different from one particular area, different area. So it will be very difficult. It will be create a very difficult situation in the particular region. That is why India has taken a particular time that is called Indian Standard Time. Indian Standard Time, IST. Which time it has taken? 82.5 east. India, as I told you, India is located in the northeast part of the earth. India has taken a 82.5 east. 82.5 east is our Indian Standard Time. I told you from a prime meridian to eastern side, whatever the places will be there, it is ahead than the western hemisphere. So India is at the eastern hemisphere. What will be happen? If London it is at 12 o'clock, India is there in 82.5 what will be the time? London is there in 12, if London in 0 degree London at 12 o'clock. What will be the time in 82.5 east? You just count and tell me. You have to count at home. This is your homework. See, I am telling you, if this will be there, 1 degree is equal to 4 minutes. 82.5 is equal to how much time will be coming? 5 hours 30 minutes time difference comes. That is why when the time will be in London 12 o'clock, in India 5:30, we will be ahead than London as we are located in the eastern hemisphere. Similarly, whenever you are watching any kind of live program like any kind of match, like cricket match or any match, the timings will be different from that particular place to our India. See, some countries like Russia, they are having a bigger country. To making that that country itself is divided into how many time zones? You know, 11 time zones. In Russia is a country where they have 11 time zones. But in our India, we have taken only one time zone, that is called one standard time, that is called standard meridian, what is called Indian Standard Time, that is called 82.5 east, remember. And the whole earth is divided into 24 time zones. Clear, children? I think I have completed. Once again I am just repeating. In this chapter we have completed about the globe, features of globe, important parallels of latitude, heat zones of the earth, longitudes and time, standard time. Children, this is about our chapter. But I want to tell you, children, most of you are not watching the video fully. This is the video made for you people, for your benefit purpose. So you have to watch each video, whatever we are sending from the school, you have to watch 2 to 3 times for better understanding, and as well as you should read your textbook. For that purpose, all the children must and should purchase your textbook first of all. We will be having, and after a few days after, we will be having our exam also through online only. But for that purpose, all the children first of all should purchase your textbook. I hope you all are taking care at home. You take care of your health as well as you take care of your parents and your elder grandparents and grandparents. So thank you one and all.